Question number 7. 36-month-old boy, and I guess in researching or looking through stuff, they realize that most kids in ABA programs have kids working at their desk. Question is, does treatment need to be done in this way? Simple answer is absolutely not. The funny thing is, bad ABA is done strictly at the table. We took over another child's program that had been with a couple of ABA providers before. And when we went in to visit, this child would just be required to sit in the chair for like 2 hours straight of doing programs. And so this child was trying to get out of the table and chair constantly because of that. For most of our kids in the US, most of our staff are most comfortable sitting on the floor with the child, doing stuff on the floor with them. We'll use the table and chair for academic tasks like writing and things like that. But for a lot of other things, most of the time it's done on the floor with the child. The goal of what we're trying to do is whenever I call the child over to work on something, I want the child to give me their best effort at doing so. What that means is that we are reinforcing the child when they give us their best effort, when they try their hardest. And how we're reinforcing it is by, one, tickling them, throwing them up there, doing something like that, but also letting them go from the situation so that they're done with the task. Our therapist's job is to try to get the child into the teaching situation and then out of it as quickly as possible when the child listens well. If the child misbehaves and they don't listen, then the therapist, it doesn't matter. You're going to just stay there for the next 2-3 hours if you need to until the child listens to you. However, if the child's good at listening to you, even if you call them over and you ask them to do one thing, but they do that one thing nice and quick, the sitting is done. You reinforce them, you give them the highest level of reinforcement you can, you get them out of the teaching situation because that's what you want. Every single time I call you over, you give me your best, and then we're done. Bad ABA programs do one of two things. They just through the entire session, they're sitting in the table and chair, and that's all that they're doing, okay? And the other thing that they do is they would do a specific amount of trials for stuff. So we do 10 trials and then we're done. We do 10 trials and then we're done. The problem with that is not based on any behavioral principle at all. Why? Because the 10th time, let's say that, every 10 trials, they have to sit here, they have to do 10 trials. Every 10 trials, that response might be different. They might give you absolutely no effort at the 10th response. And if you're just rigid about that, what is being reinforced here? You're not reinforcing the right things. Okay? You're just reinforcing whatever happens on the 10th trial, whether it's correct or not. Why I think they do it? Well, it's easy data-wise. It's easy percentages. The child responded 6 out of 10 times. That's 60%. The child responded 9 out of 10 times. That's 90%. It's easy to collect data when you have that, but it has zero, and it actually has a negative impact on treatment itself.